Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we met Han Olar, the only survivor from the Hot Labs, and he confirmed something that we, the player, have known for quite a while, but that Shepard was unaware of. The creatures we have been dealing with are the Rachni. I don't know why they thought to bring these creatures back. I don't know why they found an old egg in some long forgotten corner of the galaxy, and for some reason they thought, you know what? Let's bring the aggressive fuck off insect people back. That seems like a smart decision. That seems healthy. I don't know why they thought to do this. Genuinely, I'm quite surprised and confused.
What?
Yeah, we've asked all of this, but tell me more about the Rachni. Give me the details, the deets.
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
You think? You think? God damn it. I thought there was more to this. I thought we might get, a list of their strengths and weaknesses, but no, that would make things too easy.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay, this one will get you.
How can you tell jokes?
So this hydrogen atom says to another hydrogen, I lost my electron.
I've heard this one.
And the other hydrogen says, man, are you sure? I'm positive.
Just shut up. God.
I'm with the Turian on this.
Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll... Yeah, you just have to.
I used to have nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before lights out.
And now you're living the cheap horror vid. You're living it, and there's a human who's just trying to make jokes. God damn. No, don't mind me. I'm just taking your shit. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. There we go. Okay, so this is the maintenance area. Maintenance door locked, authorization required. Okay. We know that Dr. Cohen has the method of opening that door up. Has the means and method. We just have to make this cure.
You're not part of the crew.
Yeah, I'm making a cure.
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
I mean, I'd rather help people, but okay. Anything spooky? Nothing spooky behind door number 1. I'm fully expecting a Rachni. Okay, well, it'd be behind door number 3 if there is one. A yoink. Pardon me. Mr. Rachni. Shit. No Rachni waiting to pop their head out like, hey, what you doing? I mean, I'll take that. I'll take a lack of Rachni. Come on. There we go. Brute force for the win. Way. Lovely. Now then, what does this say? We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. Okay. You're created.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
Ambush.
So we weren't being racist when we asked her if she knew the Matrix. We were being racist, but we have been vilified. How did you get in here?
What happened to Ventralis's man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
No. No thank you, madam. Okay. First things first, let's overload you. No. Overload you. And you can also get lifted, that's fun. Oh shit. There are two. Okay. Did you all... excuse me, can you do what I tell you, please? You do that. Jesus. Okay. One down. You're using immunity. Don't know what the hell happened there, but I'll take it. Okay. You're still using immunity. Okay, madam. There we go. Lovely jubbly as things keep floating. There we go. Okay, let's put our gun away. Yep. Rip that guy.
They came out of there.
Oh.
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Benezia brought them with her.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
He pointed that way. He pointed towards maintenance. Look at how this is set up. You have the building, then you have a gap, and then you have this one little area. That looks like an isolation chamber to me. And that was... out of all of the things that happened, you know, first things got loose, then the isolation chamber was breached, then things appeared in the tram tunnels, and that was when the final code Omega was sent. The isolation chamber being breached, that's what caught my attention. Because what would they be keeping in isolation? That looks like an isolation chamber to me. I'm just thinking, if the Geth came from maintenance, then that would imply that Benezia is somewhere in maintenance, because why would you have your guards be off in a different location? You would want them where you are because you are dealing with Rachni, very dangerous creatures. This way was completely locked off. Completely locked off. So if Benezia is in this location with all of the Geth, what's going on in the hot labs? Because that was where we were told Benezia was. That's a thought. That's a thought. Let's head back to Dr. Cohen. We were told that Benezia was in the hot labs. We were told that. We were also told that Han Olar was the only person to make it out. Now, he did say that she would probably be able to survive because she's a powerful biotic. The Rachni have shown a weakness to biotics. That's great. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe he ever said, I saw her down there. He said, oh yeah, if she was down there, then she'd probably still be alive. But he never said that he saw her. I'm a bit concerned here. I am a bit concerned.
Is that the cure? You did it?
I hope this isn't accusatory, because to be honest, I don't think this guy is involved. She was probably a plant put there by Benezia to wait for Shepard. It makes no sense that, like, oh yeah, all of the scientists are gonna be plants. Like, why would you do that? No science is gonna get done. I hope this is just like, hey, an Asari attacked me. What do you think about that? This seems very accusatory. I hope this is just a, hey, what do you think about this?
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall, she just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren the Spectre.
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look, the guards, they've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
Now that I'm hearing this guy's voice again, that is not Simon Templeman. It's someone I've heard before. It's definitely someone from Dragon Age. I'm just not entirely sure who. I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, tell me more.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives, do you know that?
Oh. I want to go with happy to help. I just want to do a nice thing for this guy. Naomi wants to get paid. Play the character. Play the character. As much as I just want to accept that she would ask for some kind of payment.
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventralis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
Woo! Hello. Oh, yes. That is satisfying. That is very satisfying. I don't think I'm gonna get it all the way around, simply because I have been picking between Paragon and Renegade, but it is satisfying seeing it get up there. But yeah, what he was saying, Ventralis's men, it seems like they were expecting you. These people, these guards, they will have been hired by the board of directors, and we know that Saren is a member of that board, so obviously they're gonna be loyal to him. God damn. I can't see it on the map now, but on the other layer, I am certain that Benezia is in the maintenance area, or she's beyond there. Whatever. We were told that the hot labs was fucked. That it was a complete mess down there. Only one person managed to get out. And now with confirmation, hey, the guards, it seemed like they were expecting you. They've been more on edge since you got here. This is a trap. This is absolutely a trap. I'm just... I'm seeing 3 ways we can go. We can go through the maintenance area, we can go to the hot labs, or we can go through this door. Over here, we can break in and be very, very obvious. I am... Oh god, what would Naomi do? What would Naomi do? I think that Naomi would be on the same kind of thought process as myself. It doesn't make sense that Benezia is in the hot labs where it's really dangerous, but she's sent the Geth to a random maintenance area. That doesn't make any sense. It feels more likely that they'd be in the same location if the Geth were in the maintenance area than Benezia is probably in the maintenance area. Or beyond that door at the very least. But we were also told that there is a bunch of Rachni down in the hot labs. We're gonna have to deal with that. We're gonna have to deal with that sooner or later, and I worry, out of character, I worry that dealing with Benezia will end up with like, okay, you've dealt with Benezia, that's this quest chain closed, you can't go to the hot labs. And it just... If there were a shit ton of Rachni down in the hot labs, Naomi would not leave them. She'd go and deal with them. I mean, the Rachni have been breaking into this part of the base. We saw that, we dealt with that when we first arrived here. The Rachni can get into this area, and there are civilians. I think even knowing that it's probably a trap, I think she'd still go and deal with that, because yes, so far they've been breaking in over where the soldiers are, over where Ventralis's men are, but what if they break in into the mess hall? That could lead to a huge loss of life. Yeah, I don't think that Naomi would leave the hot labs be knowing that people are potentially in danger if that area isn't sorted. This is not an elevator. Excuse me. Yeah, I think she'd realize this is almost certainly a trap. But if we leave it alone, that puts people in danger. We have to go and check it out. Excuse me. Oh, that didn't sound good. That is not a Rachni. That is a dude. A Yaroslav Tartakovsky, maybe? You're right.
Are you here to secure the situation?
Do you have a face hugger in you?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
Wait, is there an Asari matriarch here?
Asari? I have not seen one.
She is safe then, at Rift Station.
This is not important. You must be listening. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Ragni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
This was absolutely a trap. This was absolutely a trap to get Shepard into the most dangerous area in the hopes that they die. Oh, god damn it.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Ragni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Ragni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Oh. Well, that explains what was in isolation. Oh god. Oh god. And they can reproduce without a male. They can reproduce on their own.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Guys, you thought you could train them like dogs, but they're bugs. They're bugs. You can't train bugs.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Ragni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Ragni are uncontrollable.
We can save them. Is that... Because that implies, oh, we can save the Ragni then. Because that's what he was just talking about, the Ragni. He wasn't talking about the crew, in which case I would assume that them is the crew. We can save the Ragni. And, oh, this is an interesting quandary. This is interesting. Here's what I'm thinking. I don't think that Naomi has any personal feelings about the Ragni. I think her feelings on the Ragni are very similar to her feelings on the Geth. Everything she has been told about the Geth has come from a very biased lens, and every Geth she has met has tried to kill her. However, clearly there is something more going on with them. If she met a group of Geth and they were like, hey, do you want to sit down for some tea and cake and we can discuss our differences? Naomi would be like, hell yes, pass me a slice of that Battenberg. You know, she would be very willing to sit down and say, hey, what is going on with you guys? Like, what's happening? What happened? Why have you done all of this? The only problem is that we haven't found any Geth that are willing to do that. They're just like beep boop shoot on sight. And it's the same with the Ragni. Every Ragni she's met has attacked her on sight. Everything she's been told about the Ragni is obviously going to be biased because it's coming from the lens of like, oh, we defeated them, they were evil bastards, fuck the lot of them. Her mind is shaping theirs. I'm comparing the Ragni to ants in my brain. That the workers and soldiers are just kind of mindless. and that it's the Rachni Queen who is controlling them, which brings up the question, is the Rachni Queen sapient or sentient? Because if she is sentient, if she is capable of communication, then Naomi would be absolutely willing, if that Rachni Queen wandered into the Geth tea party and was like, hey, can I have a seat? Naomi would absolutely be like, hey, pull up a chair, do you want a cup of oolong? Like... Also, how this is all being worded, you know, they were taken away from their mother. The Rachni do not develop properly without a queen. This is... Like, yeah, if children don't have a decent mother figure, they might do crazy things, like join a gang and do drugs and potentially kill people. I'm trying to hover my mouse over Naomi, but I can't, so I'm just wiggling the pointer in her direction. That is... In a way, you could make the argument, if the Rachni Queen kind of shapes them and makes them into what they're supposed to be, then you could make the argument that the Rachni soldiers they're essentially abused children. They've been ripped away from their mother and they don't know what's happening. When put into that context, I think Naomi would feel extremely sympathetic. Like, yeah, when you don't have a decent mother figure, things can go really badly. Shit.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
Okay.
Once the purge is armed, we'll have to fight our way out. Give us a minute to patch up and rearm.
Sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
Oh, don't say that, dude. Don't say that. This is gonna kill everything within the station. Do you mean just this area, or do you mean all of Peak 15? Because I feel like that would be a bit silly. Like, oh, you can do this before you go to Benezia, but if you do it, then Benezia will die because you set off the neutron purge. That does not feel like common sense to me. Still, oh. Hello. Elevator lockdown until purge activates. So we have to do it. Okay, so I'm going to assume this isn't going to lead to a bad end. Still, that was interesting. That was interesting about the Rachni. I want to know more about this Rachni Queen. I want to know more.
I am feeling not so well.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Chimera a start.
Oh, well, shit. Okay, okay, you can get lifted because I don't like you. Oop. Okay. Okay. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Jesus Christ, that is messy. That is messy. That is... Oh. Let's not look at it. Let's not look at it. I only have like a minute left on my timer, so you know what? We're gonna bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, we purge this area, and maybe Naomi sympathizes with the Rachni a little bit. But until then, Please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.